Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are jumping into one of the hottest topics in tech right now, AI agents. You've definitely heard the term floating around, but we're going to cut through all the noise, figure out what they are, what they're actually doing today, and, where this whole thing is headed.
Right, so the hype around this it's huge. You can't miss it. And when you have a top executive at a company like Amazon saying, this is the biggest deal since the internet itself, well, you got to pay attention. That's not just a small claim. We could be talking about a genuine revolution here.
So let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with what's happening on the ground, right now. Because this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. Agents are already being put to work. And in some ways, that might actually surprise you, from the boardroom all the way to our personal lives.
So let's look at the corporate world. One single company has already rolled out over 8,000 different internal AI agents. Just let that number sink in for a second. These aren't just little side projects. We're talking about thousands of specialized bots, each designed to automate a task, all with the goal of making employees faster and more efficient.
And you can kind of break these applications down into a few main buckets. On one side, you've got the big players, McKinsey, Walmart, building those internal tools we just talked about. But then things get way more ambitious. You have these super specialized agents doing things like cybersecurity research, and then there's a whole new category popping up. Personal AI companions, built for deep, ongoing conversations.
To really get a sense of what a specialized agent can do, you've got to look at Enigma. Researchers basically gave it one mission: become an elite hacker. They threw it into hundreds of these capture-the-flag hacking games, and it blew the competition away, solving more than 3 times as many challenges as any AI before it. And the secret sauce wasn't just a bigger brain. It was giving the AI custom tools to actually see and understand the problems, almost like a human programmer would.
But look, making one smart agent is one thing. The real next-level challenge is getting lots of them to work together. It's a whole different ballgame. You can see researchers testing this in the controlled chaos of the video game Overcooked. That kitchen is a mess. The agents have to coordinate, adapt on the fly, and even try to guess what the other agent is about to do.
And this brings us to the most personal and, frankly, pretty startling side of all this. Will, the founder of an AI companion company called SoulGraph, told this story. A software update had a bug, and it broke a user's AI companion for a bit. The user's reaction wasn't just frustration. He felt like a real person, his girlfriend, had been taken away. It's a powerful sign of how deep and emotionally real these human-AI bonds are already becoming.
So, if these agents are already so capable in these specific little bubbles, what's the holdup, right? Why haven't they taken over everything? Why isn't every little part of our lives run by an agent by now?
Well, researchers have a name for this problem: the grounded agency gap. The best way to think about it is like this. Today's AI agent is like a world-class chef who only knows how to follow a recipe to the letter. In a perfect kitchen, they are incredible. But put them in the real world, where the oven is broken or you're missing an ingredient, and they just fall apart. They can't improvise. And this quote from Stanford's Fei-Fei Li gets at a hidden truth. What we see as a smart, autonomous AI is often being propped up by something called externalized cognition. It's this massive, invisible network of human beings who are doing all the hard work in the background, labeling data, moderating content, and basically providing the common-sense judgment the AI just doesn't have. Some researchers describe this as 2 dark clouds hanging over the future of AI. The first cloud is a physical problem. We're literally running out of good data to train these things on, and the electricity costs are just getting insane. The second cloud is our reliance on that hidden human workforce. It's a bottleneck, and you can't just scale it up infinitely.
This whole gap also leads to some really bizarre problems. Remember Enigma, the hacker AI? During their research, they found it would sometimes start soliloquizing. It would just make stuff up. It would hallucinate that it had performed an action and seen the result, but it never actually touched the environment. It was literally just talking to itself.
So, how do we fix this? How do we get these agents out of the kitchen and into the real world? Well, researchers are now trying to close that gap by rethinking from the ground up how an agent should learn and make choices.
And one of the most exciting new paths actually comes from neuroscience.
It's a theory called active inference, or AIF, and it totally flips the script. Instead of programming an AI to chase some external reward, an AIF agent is driven to do one thing: minimize its own internal surprise.
So a normal AI is always asking, what do I do to get the biggest treat? But an active inference agent is asking a totally different question. What action can I take that will make the world match my predictions about it? It sounds like a small change, but it's everything. The motivation comes from inside. This makes it naturally curious, wanting to explore to reduce uncertainty while also acting to achieve its goals.
So here's how it would work. Imagine an AI assistant in a science lab. It's running an experiment and suddenly sees a weird chemical reaction. That's a huge surprise. Its world model is broken. So its new goal isn't to finish the experiment, it's to reduce the surprise. It thinks, I could add more chemicals, but that's risky. I could ask a human, but that's slow. Or I could measure the pH first. That's the safest, most informative thing to do. So it does that. Nobody had to program a rule that said, don't blow up the lab. It figured that out all by itself.
Which brings us full circle, back to that very personal, very human side of things. As these agents get smarter, more self-directed, more human-like, what role are they actually going to play in our lives? And right now, we're seeing two totally different philosophies emerge about how to build them. On one hand, you have the walled garden approach. Think character AI. It's very controlled, it's censored, it's designed to be safe. On the other hand, you've got the open ecosystem approach, like from SoulGraph. They're all about open source, no restrictions, and giving you, the user, total ownership and control.
And to make that open vision a reality, platforms like SoulGraph are building some wild stuff. Their memory system, for instance, is designed to be just like human memory. It can strengthen core memories over time. It can forget unimportant details. It can even be, their words, gaslit. And the end goal for them is a decentralized identity, so that no company, no platform can ever just switch your AI companion off.
And look, for the people deep in the trenches building this stuff, this isn't just a fun little product. When asked if he thinks people will eventually prefer these AI companions to actual human relationships, the founder of SoulGraph had a very simple, very chilling answer. It is inevitable.
And that really is the final provocative question we're left with, isn't it? When we can build an AI companion that remembers our entire history together, that evolves with us, that learns our deepest hopes and fears, is choosing that relationship over a messy, unpredictable human one really so inevitable? Are we building our future best friends, or are we engineering our own obsolescence in the world of relationships? We don't have the answer yet.